Hello, I'm Andy and welcome to Vectra News, your fill of gaming news for the week of the 16th of May 2015. Coming up in this week's episode, Nintendo say the NX is not a simple replacement for the Wii U or 3DS. Konami decides to focus on mobile games, Fallout 4 may have been accidentally confirmed, Blizzard bans over 100,000 accounts, and we have a quick slide on the E3 conference dates and times. In Nintendo's latest earnings report, which have been translated into English, the company's chief executive, Satoru Iwata, talks about the NX. He said that part of the reason for announcing the NX when he did was to dissuade any thoughts that Nintendo's recent business alliance with DNA was just Nintendo making a transfer to smart devices because it is pessimistic about the future for dedicated video game systems. He went on to say that, though I cannot confirm when it will be launched or any other details of the system, since I have confirmed that it will be a dedicated video game platform with a brand new concept, it should mean that we do not intend it to become a simple replacement for the 3DS or Wii U. This makes the suggestion that when the NX does release, the current platforms will be supported too. A similar approach was taken with the GameCube and Wii U consoles with The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which released on both systems. Questions have been asked whether the recent delay of Zelda U has anything to do with the NX, with its recent release date being pushed back from 2015 just to a to be announced. Although typically the lifespan of a Nintendo console is 5 years, which would mean it would roughly come in 2017. Assuming they stick to this pattern, the question is, would Nintendo delay the Zelda release for another 2 years to support both systems? However, could Nintendo abandon the Wii U early? Until now, sales of the console haven't been that great when compared to the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One figures. At the start of the year, the Wii U had sold half as many units as the PlayStation 4 despite being out a year longer. However, Wii U sales have increased in the US, having sold 20% more to the end of March from the equivalent time period in 2014. An interesting quote from the report says, "Your question also included the current notion of thinking about home consoles and handheld devices. When it comes to how dedicated game systems are being played, the situations have become rather different, especially between Japan and overseas. Since we are always thinking about how to create a new platform that will be accepted by as many people around the world as possible, we would like to offer them a dedicated video game platform with a brand new concept, by taking into consideration various factors including the playing environments that differ by country. This all makes me wonder if the NX will consist of a handheld and game system together. However, there's not really any founding to this statement at all at the moment. What we do know is that we won't hear anything more about the NX until 2016. Iwata also confirmed that they won't be talking about anything NX or anything smartphone in the E3 briefing this month. If you're interested in all of the E3 shows, there'll be a slide at the end of this stating all the confirmed times. Unlike Nintendo's comment about being dedicated to video games, it looks like Konami is changing their focus, and according to a translated interview between Neki TrendyNet and Konami's new CEO, Hideaki Hawaka, in the future it will be more focused on the mobile market. We will pursue mobile games aggressively. Our main platform will be mobiles, following the pay-as-you-play model of games like Power Pro and Wrestling 11 with additional content. Our games must move from selling things like items to selling things like features. Konami has been in the news a lot recently with a dispute between the company and Hideo Kojima, the cancellation of Silent Hills, the subsequent removal of PT from the PlayStation Network, and they've also recently delisted themselves from the New York Stock Exchange, then restructured their headquarters. The last two have actually been seen as a sign of trouble within the company, although it should be noted that in the last year only 0.3% of Konami shares were traded in New York, with a further 2% in London and the remaining 97% happening in Tokyo. When looking at some of their other stats, 35% of their business is coming from slot machines, casinos, and pachinko machines, a sort of but not technically illegal gambling game. And then around 20% from film revenue. Finally, digital entertainment, which doesn't just include video games, it also incorporates mobile, social, and arcade games, makes up less than half of Konami's revenue, or 43%, which has shrunk from around 60% when you compare it back to 2010. Konami have also received a recent spike from mobile versions of Power Pro Baseball and Winning 11, which is known in the West as Pro Evolution Soccer, which is reflected in the figures showing the mobile and social aspect growing year on year. We saw that even people who buy physical games are motivated to buy extra content. The success of Pro Power especially has motivated us to actively push more of the popular series onto mobile than ever before. Despite their apparent continuation in the console market, 2015 looked very empty, with Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, being the only title coined for the release on their website. And in 2014 we didn't really see that much either, with their console releases being Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, incredibly short Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, almost teaser demo thing, and Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. The recent Kickstarter by Koji Igasaki for a spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Bloodstained, could also point towards Konami's recent lack of interest in the console market too, or it could just be fallout from Lords of Shadow 2's tepid reception last year. All of this does point to their slow decline from the console market, although they haven't confirmed this in any way, shape or form. Fallout 4 may have been confirmed accidentally by the LinkedIn profile of a 3D artist from Guillermo del Toro's production company, Mirada Studios, after they posted that they had been working on a cinematic trailer for the game. The leak was reported by Destructoid, who apparently soon after received an email from Miranda Studios telling them to take down the article due to inaccuracies and breaking a non-disclosure agreement. According to the UK editor of Destructoid, Laura Kate, no one there had signed an NDA, meaning that someone else had broken one, and also they didn't specify what exactly wasn't accurate about the article, so it stayed up. Claiming that an NDA had been broken is essentially Mirada confirming the existence of the trailer, although Bethesda are still yet to publicly acknowledge this. There does seem to be a growing weight behind rumours of Fallout 4 being revealed at E3, especially as Bethesda is leading their first E3 press conference on the Sunday. What do you lot think? Could this essentially be confirmation for Fallout 4? Let me know in the comments section. Blizzard has banned more than 100,000 World of Warcraft players this week, according to a screen capture of a GM's chat which has been posted to Imager. The suspensions will apparently last for a period of 6 months and has been carried out to players who have been found using bots. It isn't clear what type of bots the players are using, however a WoW community manager clarified the term botting, saying, "If a program is pressing keys for you, then you violated the terms of use." In the wake of this, HonorBuddy posted a statement on their forum saying that it appears that Blizzard can now detect the presence of their bot, and as such have shut down the authentication system. HonorBuddy is a bot that automates players' actions in WoW. Once fired up, the bot was capable of grinding mobs and gathering resources. The post says HonorBuddy has been working undetected since 2010, so it is most likely that it was this system that was caught out. This isn't the first time that people have been using bots and have been caught. Back in 2008, the creator of a bot program, Glider, was taken to court by Blizzard, finding out that Glider was essentially illegal. It just goes to show that eventually people that are using bots and programs like this will eventually get found out. You have been warned. And as a final bit of news, Sony has now confirmed their E3 press conference timings. The list you're currently seeing on the screen is when you can expect to see all of the different conferences and who's running them at what times. It also looks like Square Enix has moved their conference back an hour to deconflict with Nintendo. But that's all from Vectra News this week. Don't forget to like, favourite, subscribe and follow us on Twitter and Facebook to keep up to date with everything on the network. If you missed our discussion about the Splatoon test fire event that happened last week, then you can find our first impressions of the game in the annotation on the end of this video here. But as always, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.